Okay, all right. Let me check the voice. Hello, my voice is good. My voice is good. I hope so. My voice is good. Okay. So last since last like last 4 to 5 days, I'm just showing how I manage my code base and how I document. Because if you work with any chat session, so basically I use ChatGPT, and so to refactor your existing code base, LLM cannot understand your code base until you give your the architecture rules, the constraints, all the stuff. So that's why I have I have particular a project, and each project I gave a context to it, so that when I ask question, it can refer to what I'm asking for. Because AI is not reliable and not deterministic. To make it to make it so, I have to provide the context. So right now, this session can understand what I'm building because I have enough context to it. But if I change this chat session to another one, it cannot understand. So that's why you have to provide the context. And so I just document what I'm building. So right now I'm just converting my version 2 to version 3. So that's why I already have all the documenting stuff, so I can provide the latest context, right? And now this is my code base, and my code base has almost 65,000 lines of code. You can imagine how big it would be, right? And it's not like a toy project at all. Like you watch a lot of tutorial and they show. So there's a difference between my code base and the YouTube tutorial. Even though I used to upload that type of project to into YouTube, you can check out if you like to. And so the tutorial code base, it's kind of like implementation of fast approach, which means just code should be work, right? So they don't care the scalability or teamwork. But the real production code base or any MNC or startup code base, it's kind of like you have to separate your code base based on use case. So we have to follow the architecture rules, and the code should be maintainable and shareable. So and each layer can scale independently, so you can unit test without dependency, right? So that's why people write their code very scale way. That's why I have same pattern, and I'm following different type of pattern and architecture into one things. And as my project is Next.js, so here we don't have the backend front end. So I separate my code base based on use case. So right now I am inside the execution or runtime. So this is, it's kind of like a backend, you can imagine. So yeah, so you can see my root level folder. That is, this is the app. It's kind of like app router from Next.js. So all the page inside here, and then we have application. This is the use case, and then you have config, constraint, and then domain. It's kind of like backend models. It's business entities. So anyways, Now I'm refactoring my. So I just show you how I work with AI, with high coding. And nowadays most of the code is written by AI, but my job is to manage, understand code base so I can iterate, refactor. And if you have any AI agent subscription, so it's very easy for you to manage, but AI is very expensive, so that's why I don't use any editor AI. So inside collaborator runtime, I have the core. This is the core. Then I have commands, execution engine, mutation, and transaction. So right now I have fixed my upper stream, and now I have the surface level, downstream things. So if you look at my execution flow, this is the mental model, and yeah, and this is the complete runtime state, projection cache. So now I have to refactor it based on my new zoo stand. So now let me say something. Right now my code is kind of like real-time SaaS collaborative editing platform, and so my live blocks is acting as a reality, which means source of truth, and then runtime, it's a meaning of it. It's represent meaning, and then we have projection. It's act representative, and then Zustan is act as a projection cache, and then UI is a renderer. So this is the layer you have to understand. This is a lower stream uh, execution flow. So mentally you have to understand what you are doing. Right. So in my execution I have very long. So yeah. So I already write down, and this is the full rules. Right. And this way so I can understand. And so this way, like, as I am alone in this project, so that's why I'm maintaining all this stuff. And as I said, my code base around 65,000 line, and almost 730 plus files. So it's very hard to maintain, and now my job is to just maintain. And yeah, now I'm refactoring for integrating AI features. And right now I'm fully focusing the backend side, yeah, you can say, you can think like that. And so on, yeah. So my entire project, I have completed almost 70% of it. And now, as I am refactoring, integrating my AI, so that's why I'm just making a unified pipeline so that manual input and AI prompt can work together. So now let's give my code base as well. So to review again, I ask to modify this as well. Now I copy. Now to you guys, it seems like I'm just copy pasting, but as I chat a lot, so now this chatbot can understand pretty well. And if this chat doesn't understand, it asks me to, so I have to give first the context, then it can understand. This is a hooks, live block storage, element, synchronization. In this code, my so this code is the version 2, and now as I move to version 3, so some code is still consuming, still consume version 2 uh, execution flow. So now I'm refactoring. Projection cache, okay, this is the projection cache. Okay, projection. So now I'm asked to solve this. Now solve these three files as I have implemented my zoo stand as a projection cache, but this three file is still consuming my version 2 concept. So now update it and provide the code base so I can copy paste. Now this chat session can understand what I'm saying because I already provide a lot of context to it. But if I ask same question into a different a new chat session, it doesn't understand what I'm saying. Again, now still this three code consume version 2 code base as I have implemented new zoo stand as a projection cache. So now I want you to fix these three files so that they can align with version 3. And now fix it these three files and provide so I can copy paste. This is my runtime graph state. So you don't need to create it. I already have it. And the following is my graph runtime code base. If you need anything, just tell me before fixing these three files. Now check that out. I already have implemented my projection assistant as a projection cache and also my upper stream. So now you can check out. Now here um now I have doubt or question, so I'm gonna answer here. Right now I I do not have these files, but now do I need it in order to fix my version 2 to version 3? Now tell me, why did I need new file called graph runtime state so that I can fix my bootstrap and live blocks, synchronization, and use element. Right now, my version 3 architecture rules the following. Now, still do I need the canvas state holder inside orchestration, or do I need a canvas runtime state inside graph? Which one is the best and why? And the way my bootstrap and other files consume, that was the version 2 mental model. As I change my architecture to version 3, so I want the fresh mental model to word it. So that's, you can look at my architecture flow, so you can design the execution flow and then consumption. So my zoo stand act as a projection cache, and projection act as a representation, and state act as a meaning. Live blocks as act a reality. That's it. But I use a different way. So if you look at, I provide fast context. Otherwise, ChatGPT is not reliable and deterministic. So ChatGPT also allow us to provide the context, the source. So I give each chat. So if I change my chat session toward a different, then it doesn't understand. now tell me what this file is for, why do I need it, and similarly I also create this file for a document. Now compare it so I can understand mentally why do I need it, because this is my last time refactoring, and then I want to launch my code base. So that's why this is my last refactoring. So I want to fix everything. Still this code consume version 2, but don't focus it right now, just focus it this file. It's a document runtime state, it's a state holder or what. That or inside, and then tell me where actually it belongs to and why. Now create canvas runtime state to solve those three problems. And I already have graph state, so I think I need this file. You can look at my graph system code base. Now create this file and then fix those three files so it can integrate with my version 3. this canvas runtime state actually for my version 3 and 3 architecture rules and what this file acts as a what. Can you tell me? Mm. Can you add the missing uh, concept so it can become a production ready and missing. Can you add a concept which can become a production ready and align with my version 3? Now my chat GPT dictation is in what? Add a missing uh, so that production ready and align with version 3 ready, READ, ready. So I finalize this way because of actually the logic I added is required, or I just add it because I like to. What do you think? So you can understand, you can see how I uh, chat with uh, ChatGPT because I provide a lot of context to it, so now it can understand what I want. And before writing any codes, I research a lot and I understand the mental model based on my architecture rules. And yeah, I'm not just copy pasting. Yeah, until yeah, because right now I already have code base. Now it's time to refactor, and it's very hard to refactor when you have a 65,000 lines of code. As I added this file in my system, now fix the following code base which is consuming my version 2. So fix it so that they can align with version 3 and provide each file so I can copy paste. Now I want, so as I uh, prompt it, Now I have to provide those files. So these files are not aligned with my version 3. So here I copy paste, and now as this chat session understand my context, so it can solve. Okay, I have here another issue. Not projection renderer. Okay, hook. This hook also consume, and I have the synchronization as well. This also consume. So I'm fixing one by one. So now if you look at, I paste, and now so this chat session understand what I'm building. But if I change the chat session, it cannot understand. So you have to provide context as accurate as you want. So now it's solved. Okay, now it's solved. Now my bootstrap is fixed. Now you can look at, right. So as I give the context, and now it's easily fix it. So I can easily copy paste because I know my bootstrap. This is a bootstrap. Now I fix it. Okay, I understand. Now I have to fix this issue. So now I have to uh, projection instant as a, and I have history issue. But this file is still consuming version 2 concept. As I change my Houston layer and orchestration toward version 3, so here I have to fix it so that the consumer of it can have the right input or code. So that's right now my lab blocks synchronization payload, so pending this file and get error with the software. Mm. ChatGPT dictation implemented version 3 for you to fix it because the consumer of consumer of it can have the right this function in version 3 from this I wrote inside something in my transaction layer so you can fix it. As in our ChatGPT dictation starts to not working. So this runtime transaction wants you to review it and whatever function or types I mentioned instead of runtime transaction, you can fix it. It doesn't work, so I have to type. That's the boring part. So runtime transaction function or type does not exist inside inside that file. So so fix transaction transaction file so that it can consume write type for you. This is the raw, not actually I'm the same in life to the slam. How I could understand. This is the real yeah. inside storage writer files. The canvas to storage expect 2, but from here I pass one argument. So which file is correct and why? Tell me how can I fix it?